Okie dokie. Here we go, question mark? I'm gonna watch it for a second. I gotta study it. Make sure I understand what's going on. So, welcome, everyone, back to Mass Effect. I've decided that it is probably best if I only stream on Wednesdays. And then, like, maybe if I have... If I have an opportunity or get, like, a wild hair or something, that I can stream on, like, another random day. Like, a non-scheduled day. That's the thing. But as far as, like, scheduled streams, Wednesday is currently one of my days off. And it's a day where I'm off and my wife works. So objectively speaking, it's the best day to do streams. Still gonna finish Slide 2. I gotta finish Mass Effect. Today I want to do Mass Effect, and this gives me an opportunity to maybe do, like, longer streams, right? I guess I should check and see if anybody can even actually fucking hear me before I go crazy with it. Also, I actually, for once, bothered to look up literally anything about streaming. Like, literally every stream I've ever done, I've just been like, okay, yeah, stream, go. Am I live? Awesome. This time, I actually did a little bit of research about open broadcaster software and bit rates and encoders, and I hope I've got everything set to the best settings that I can have for both my hardware and my internet connection. So hopefully this is going to be a good one. Hopefully. I'm about to see it for the first time. So we're gonna check that out together. Am I even live? First of all, am I even live? Yes, I am live. Okay, I gotta mute this so there's not a horrible feedback, but it's good that I'm live. I'm gonna check and see how this looks and sounds. I'm gonna make sure chat's working, and then we're gonna go on with it. My stream's not even showing up here. Hang on. My stream's not showing up in OBS. I just realized that. Select stream. This one. There it is. Excellent. Okay. That's good. Mass Effect back up. Good. Alright, we're in it. We're in it to win it. That's good. Oh, that's wild. I can see the cursor in game, but because I have it set to not show cursor when I record and stuff, even though it's like a stylized in-game cursor, it's still not showing. That's really cool. Alright, so I'm going to mute this and check this. Okay, everything's working. It looks alright to me. I don't know. Some people, like, live and die on like quality. Everything has to be the highest quality. You got those people that have those fucking ridiculous 4K, 8K curved monitors, and they're counting every fucking pixel. I've never done that. I've never been about that. Especially, like, growing up. Like, I lived, like... Today it's a little harder because I've gotten more used to it since I moved out of my parents' house. But I grew up and lived on the fucking 480, 240p videos online, dude. Like, that was my life. So, like, I can roll with it. I can manage it. And as far as, like, and it carries over into video games, I've never given, like, a shit about, the, like, having, like, the top-of-the-line graphics. And my rig currently, my CPU is a, what the fuck is my CPU? It's a good one. It's like a Ryzen 9900X or something, I think. I don't know. Something good. But I know my graphics card, I got an RTX 5070 in there. 32 gigs of RAM. And I was like, 50, 70 is good enough. And even then, I think I've said before, I play like, what do I got this set to? Can we even see what I've got this set to here? Probably got like a, I don't know, it's probably just set to the default. But like, I usually just set my I usually set my games to like medium, the quality, like the graphics quality. I just set to medium. I don't care. I don't care. I do this for fun. I play games for fun. I do this for fun. But anyways, everything looks good. Seems like it's going fine. Is the game crashing? Because that's not good. Nope, there it goes. So, what we're going to do today is I decided that I thought that being like neutral shepherd would be fun. And now that I'm basically at the end of the game, I've decided that it is not. Did I never do Geth in the Tunnels? Yeah, I sure did. I guess I just didn't talk to Fidan, and he's dead now, so oh well. I've decided that I was like, man, as funny as it is, it's also kind of boring. I really should have... Is that another fucking spam call? No, but it's a number I don't recognize, so I'm sure it's another spam call. I don't know who I gave my phone number to, but I'm getting like 6, 7, god damn it, 8 spam calls a day. All of them leave the same pre-recorded voicemail, and it's just the very tail end of the voicemail because it's pre-recorded. So they sit there through the whole is not available after the tone, please leave your message. It just starts going like immediately, like as soon as it kicks over to voicemail, because it's like, oh, they've answered, because it doesn't know, because it's a fucking clinker. So I always just get the tail end of the pre-recorded bullshit. Anyways, see what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go through all this shit. I wasn't gonna do any of this shit, but we're gonna do this shit. We're gonna go through this shit, get some of it done, just play around a little, and see if we can get our shepherd. He's more Paragon than I expected. See if we can get him a little more renegade. Luckily, I've got a lot of Intimidate here. We're going to see if we can get a Scrundly Shepherd here a little more Renegade before we go into the final confrontations. So that's what we're going to do today. So what's first up? Missing survey team. News vids indicate that a survey team in the Hades Gamma Cluster recently dropped out of contact. Go to the Hades Gamma Cluster and find out what happened to them. Travel to the Antaeus system and the Hades Gamma Cluster to look for the missing survey team. Gotcha. So the whatever whatever the hell I said. So like my bitrate seems to be all over the place, but I haven't dropped any frames yet, so I'm hoping. I've switched from software encoding to hardware encoding because I learned, because I was like, oh, I don't want to do that because I got to try and play the game. And then I was today years old when I learned that it turns out that uses a completely separate chip on the NVIDIA cards. So it's probably totally fine. I assume I got some good hardware in there, baby. We go fucking do it. So I wanted Antaeus in the Hades Gamma system. Yes. Yeah, right here. That's what I want. Travel to another system? Hell yeah, brother. I'm gonna need my Mass Effect Wheel of Names. That's what I'm gonna need. There's something I forgot to set up. Hang on. Oh, I can't. It's fine. Just back all the way out so that I can pause, because there was stuff that I forgot to set up. I need to do that really quick. So Alt tab, it's fine. Because what I need to do is yes, I do need to open you in a new window. Thank you for asking. And drag your ass over here, and then click on this, and then click on this, and then you can close out because I don't need you anymore. but I might need you later. And then you can be minimized again. Yeah, I completely forgot about... You can probably hear a washing machine and a dryer going in the background, and possibly even a dishwasher. And that's just going to have to be happening for this stream, because I'm an adult, and sometimes I gotta wash the dishes, sometimes I gotta wash and dry the clothes. And I don't have the luxury of living in a big ass house where I can be super far away from my washer and dryer. So that shit loud, like that's I don't know. I don't know how many feet. I don't know how many feet. I guess if I what am I? I'm 5'10". So if I lay down end to end, let me just like think for a bit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. It's less than 100. 100 feet away from me, probably. So yeah, it's loud. We do that sometimes. What the hell else was I going to do besides setting this up? I genuinely have already forgotten. Jesus Christ, what is this stream? What is the stream? And I'm literally about to have to use the thing that I'm attempting to set up here. What else? What the hell else was I going to do? Oh my god, I genuinely can't... the Wheel of Names. Adoy. 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 The fucking Mass Effect Wheel of Names. I'm a giant dumbass. Do I already have it? I might already have it bookmarked. Oh, that's not the one. Yeah, oh no. Can I not? Oh, can I not? Oh, can I save this one? Save. I know what to do. You gotta get incognito in this bitch. Because I have a big ass wheel that took a long time for me to set up because I'm not very smart. And, I want to fuck that up. Wheel of... Please don't open the... Okay, yeah, okay. Alright, so it didn't. So we need... Actually... Oh my god, it's not capital R's, it's gonna bother me. And... there we go. There we go. Okay, so now I've got that set up. That's there for us to use. But in the meantime, I gotta do this because of that thing that I was talking about. So, there it is. Yep, okay. I'll be right back. My bad. Okay, sorry about that. It took way longer than I thought it would. I had to use the bathroom, and then when I was using the bathroom, I remembered there was some other shit that I forgot to do, and just kind of snowballed from there. You know how it is. There we go. Yeah, okay, cool. So now I can just switch back and forth between that on the fly. And I want this. And I need it to show back up. Any second now, I'm sure it will show back up. Okay. Show back up, please. Please. Promise I'll never... If you're not going to show back up the way I need you to, then I don't know if my wheel of names is going to work. I'm going to be honest. There it goes. Okay, cool. I was looking at the stream and I was like, why is the galaxy map so flickery? But I guess it just is that flickery. Alright, anyways. Yeah, that all took way longer than I needed to. So I need to find the missing survey team. They're here, I'm pretty sure. They're on Trebin. But we're gonna see if there are any planets that we can scan. Nope, doesn't appear that way. Because we do need all the matriarch's writings. No planets that we can scan. So let's head to Trebin and find the survey team. And here it is. Here's when we first need it. So we got Rex. And we got Ashley. Alright, awesome. I don't think that's going to be very tenable. I might just bring it back up on my phone. Screw it. Or I might just abandon it altogether. I don't know. Who cares? I haven't decided. Rex and Ashley sounds good. Should probably just bring it back up on my phone. I don't have anywhere to go today. Anywhere to be, anything to do. Let's see. I need... It's probably here. Yep, it's right here. Yep. That's going to be much better. So, let's see. This is where I need to go. Some of these might be Matriarch's writings. Oops. Oh, can't go back to the map from there. I guess I'll go here because it's not too terribly far. I don't think this is like a one that's particularly difficult to navigate. You know? So we'll go over. Okay, do you remember all my buttons? That's good. We'll go over here. See what there is to see. Hopefully plenty. Realistically, probably nothing. There's a fucking Thresher Maw over here. That's what that random... Because that's not the research base. Which means it's a Thresher Maw. I don't particularly want to deal with the Thresher Maw. At the moment, so we'll just check. Yeah, there's a Thresher Maw over there. We'll just check out this.
Let's get moving.
Yeah, I guess I didn't remember all my buttons.
No sense standing around.
Yeah, I wasn't... Both of you go over here. Let's see what we got here. Turian insignia. There are no signs of any survivors. The pod is empty except for a small tattered flag marked with the Mines Colony insignia. Okay, that's not what I...
Rally round.
It's not what I was looking for. New matriarch writings, but that's okay. Now we're just gonna go straight for the research base. And avoid the Thresher Maw area altogether, because that's what that is. When you come across a random X in like a flat open area on a planet, and that X isn't on your map, it's a Thresher Maw. And I don't want to deal with that right now. They're not terribly difficult, unless you're playing on like Xsanity or something. But they are tedious, and I don't want to do it right now. So we're just gonna go on to the objective. Fuck it. To hell with it. I might even do, I don't need raw materials. They don't really make a difference. I was gonna say, I might even do the DLC, Bring Down the Sky, because that one doesn't take too terribly long.
Looks like nobody's home.
Yeah, well, we're still gonna look around, steal their shit. You know how it is. Malfunctioning object, medical interface. Pretty cool. Let's go see what's in this one. Yeah, everything seems to be going good. Maybe I've figured my goofy shit out. I'll also have to check my my upload speed before every stream. And
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
Could be. Probably will be. Let's boom. Got it. Yeah, sure, take all. We'll figure out what I do and don't need later. Yeah, I guess if I just check my... I think we got my encoder all set up nice and neat. Didn't look like there was that much latency, realistically, when I viewed it earlier. Maybe a little, of course, but not like a terrible amount. I just check my actual upload speed before I go live and set the bitrate accordingly. Everything should be fine. And using hardware encoding seems to be the way of the dragon, whatever the hell that means. Doesn't really, none of that helps me if I'm streaming from the PS5, but PS5 streams haven't been too terrible, so we'll rock and roll with it. That window behind me is causing a glare, showing me how dirty my monitor is. Is the monitor warm? Man, a little bit, but like not terribly. It's warm in some areas, cool in others, which is the reason you gotta check that, is because I'm not supposed to. Oh, these are. Hang on. Never mind. I got a pack of screen cleaning wipes down here. I was gonna use the spray, but I've got some wipes apparently. I swear I don't notice this shit in my day-to-day, but are these supposed to be wet? Because they're not. So I guess I am going to need the spray. It's just bugging the hell out of me. There's like, I haven't cleaned my monitor in a minute, and there's a dried spit, other things. Yeah, it is. You know how it is. I do some yelling here from time to time. So, you know, sometimes that, it just manifests itself in a negative way, you know. And, what are the actual instructions for this? Turn off screen, allow to cool before cleaning. Yeah, didn't do that. Apply 2 to 3 sprays of solution to a microfiber cloth. This isn't exactly microfiber. but I know I said 2 to 3. That was 6. Oh, we don't care. This monitor's just kind of garbage anyways, if I'll be honest. Or at least it has been, like, recently. It might not even be the monitor. It might just be, like, the cable. But I get some, like, weird flickering and stuff. This really isn't even, like, working. And, sometimes it's super noticeable, and sometimes it bugs the hell out of me. Isn't this a really cool stream? Just some asshole cleaning his computer monitor, like, in the middle of a stream. Isn't that super fun? Aren't you guys having a good time? Isn't this why you watch this garbage? Isn't this the quality content that you come to YouTube for? Alright. I don't know if these wipes are supposed to be wet. They are. These wipes are supposed to be wet, and they aren't anymore. So we're just actually gonna throw the whole thing away. Oh well. That's a little better. Not perfect, but a little better. Anyways, let's kill these things. Let's kill these husks. Let's kill these husks and not ask ourselves what they're doing down here.
Cultist. They unearth some kind of alien technology and it turns them into mindless fanatics.
Whatever they found, it's long gone now.
Yeah, H for holster. Yeah, I never understood this one. Because they're like, oh, it turns them into mindless fanatics, even though they were obviously like the fucking... And I know it's just BioWare reusing assets, but they were obviously the fucking husks that we faced before. And then whoever is like, this time it was Rex, but whoever is like, oh, whatever they found, it's long gone now. No, the fuck it isn't. It's right here. Look at this shit. You're gonna call this long gone? But, just a little minor immersion breaker that always bugged me a bit. What do we got here? Oh, that's a good one. So there's stuff to explore over here, probably. I think these doors open up. Yeah, and they come out. No, sorry, Rex. That accounts for all of the Xsanity survey team. They were converted to cybernetic husks by devices similar to those used by the Geth on Eden Prime. How they came to be buried on a frontier world so far from Geth territory is a mystery. Yeah, it kind of acknowledges it here, but your squad mates act like they've never seen this before, and they don't know what the hell is going on, regardless of where you are in the story at this point. Anything cool in here? Oh, sludge canister, my favorite. It's got one of the best shotguns in it. That's cool. That's what I keep in my sludge canisters. Is one of the game's best shotguns. Don't know where else you'd keep it. I mean, are we really free? Do we really have freedom as individuals if we can't keep our best shotguns and our sludge canisters? I ask you. Yep, sounds great. Let's get the hell out of here. Mission accomplished. Doesn't really help my Paragon or Renegade much, but it does give me some XP. Does drag out the gameplay, so that's fun. That's cool. That's what we're here to do, you know? We're here to play a video game and pretend that everything's okay in life, you know? That's what we do. That's why it's called escapism. We're escaping the bad news of your real life. We're escaping all the stuff underneath my house that needs fixed. We're escaping the tens of thousands of dollars of work that needs done under my house. And we're just playing a video game about it. I'll keep bringing that up until the day it gets fixed or the day I no longer live in this house, whatever comes first. Hopefully the day it gets fixed. I don't hate this house. It's got its issues, and so does this area, but I don't know. I don't want to have to try and find another 3-4 bedroom place to live where I can fit all my shit, you know? Plus, objectively speaking, I don't pay a lot on this house. Christ. Most of the people I know, C. How the fuck do we return to the Normandy? G? R. Q. No, it's not Q.
En route.
It's not Q. How the fuck do we return to the Normandy? F. I swear to God I hit F already, but whatever. Yeah, there are a lot of people I know that their mortgages are higher, or their rent on their apartments is higher than my mortgage. And I didn't even mean to do this. I literally got this house because when I moved up here, I got pissed off because pretty much everywhere I went, especially the places that were places that I wanted, there were like 3-4 bedroom apartments with, you know, space. Especially those ones were like, oh no, you can't have any animals. Animals are illegal. And I was like, alright, well that's kind of bullshit. And then it was even more frustrating when I would find like 2 bedrooms. Like, there was this one that was like really fucking small. It was like a super small 2 bedroom. I was looking at it and I was like, man, we might, if we put all of our shit in here, it would be so fucking cramped. I was like, and God, we might have to get rid of some of our shit if we live here. And it was like, it was kind of not like the greatest in the world. Limited parking space. It's probably going to be one of the situations where I was going to be like, I'm going to have to park on the street more than once. Well, it had a lot of landlord specials about it, you know the ones. And even places like that, they're like, no pets. Animals are illegal. Animals aren't real. They don't exist. And I just got so fucking pissed off that I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'll buy a house. And that's what I did. I literally bought a house out of spite. And because it was out of spite, it was out of spite, and I was tired of looking at apartments. And then I got tired of looking for houses. And I got tired of driving almost 2 hours back and forth daily. Because I had somebody up here that I stayed with for like June and July. But August rolled around and they had their kid went back to school, so their kid needed his bedroom back because that's where we were staying during the week. Yeah, so I would be up here for a week, and then I'd drive back home for like a weekend, and come back up here. But then like August rolled around, and it was every day, back and forth, which would be fucking insane today with gas prices. Thanks Benjamin Netanyahu. Thanks Donald Trump. Really fucking cool of you guys. Thanks Middle East. Really fucking cool of of all of you dumb motherfuckers. But yeah, I was 2 hours up here. It's like round trip, it was basically like 4 hours. But it was like 2 hours up here, 2 hours home. Every day. I have to get up at like 8 in the morning every day. Because I had to be at work at 11. So, get up at 8, get ready, gotta be out of the house by 9 at the latest. Get up here, work, and it was usually like 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Because just to make it worth it, you know? So that was the shift. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Is that a 10-hour shift? I don't even remember. But 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then back home. And 10 p.m. is just when I was scheduled off. After all the closing was done, it could be leaving anywhere between 10:30 and 11 p.m. So some nights I was home by 11:30. Some nights I was home by Some nights I was home by 12:30. Some nights I was home by 1 in the morning. And went to sleep, wash, rinse, repeat. And I got real sick of doing that. I got real old real fast because I did that all of August and most of September. And I found this one because a lot of the other ones we looked at were like, there was stuff that made it so that that particular house didn't qualify for the loan that we were getting for first-time home buyers. And it's fucked up because when I applied for the mortgage, I didn't even like look at or consider or think about what the current interest rates were. And I didn't know that the interest rates were at like historic lows when I fucking did this. Because we locked in an interest rate at fucking 3.25%, and that's not likely to happen again unless the economy's about to crash, basically, the way that shit works. Like right now, the interest rate's hovering around like 6.75, and I think from my bank, the interest rate on the same loan I got, it would be 7% right now. If you know anything about interest rates, you understand that the one I have locked in for the life of this mortgage is fucking insane. But yeah, so I didn't even think about that. And if I had realized that, I would have been more patient. If I had realized that, I would have been more patient. I would have just stuck it out for as long as it took until I found the perfect one. But I didn't do that. I found this one. It weren't too expensive, realistically. It was like just under 160K for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath brick house with attached 2-car garage. And I was like, oh yeah, perfect, that one works. But I made mistakes. You should always hire an independent home inspector for any home you think you're going to buy. Hell, hire an independent home inspector and then call a local pest control company and be like, hey, I'm thinking about buying this home, and have someone from there, like Orkin or whatever pest control company you can get in the area. It's usually Orkin. But have them come out and look at the house too. And that independent home inspector will tell you if there's anything you need to worry about. That pest control guy will tell you if there's anything you need to worry about. And then you can make a proper informed decision. I didn't do any of that. Because I was being an impatient dickhead. I was doing this out of spite, basically. So, you know, I rushed into it, and I was like, yeah, that one, that's the one. And the inspector that the bank sends, they're just making sure that the house qualifies for the loan. They're not doing a top to bottom inspection. But like I forgot what his name is, but I don't know if anybody's seen any of those like videos that show up on like Facebook Reels or like go around sometimes where there's that he's a black guy and he does like home inspections, and his like catchphrase is like, that ain't right. I don't know if you've seen any of those videos, but you want somebody like that basically to do a top to bottom inspection and be like, I can't have this is a problem. Which he inspects new builds, but you can get somebody to inspect an already built house, obviously. You want someone like that. Definitely, for sure. And you want to hire someone from oh, there go my frames. Oh no. Come back to me, frames. are coming back. Then you want to hire somebody from like an independent or from a pest control company to come out and look. I didn't do either of those things. If I had done either of those things, I wouldn't have bought this house, because I would have learned about all the pest problems that this house had, and B, learned that basically everything under the house was not good because of prior pest problems, which I would have known about. But no, I rushed into it and ended up here. And that's why I have put 10, 12, 13, that would make it 14. Count the trees, that's 15, 16. I've put like $16,000 into this house since I bought it, which isn't typically something that you want to have to do after you buy a house. You kind of want everything to be good to go, and you just have to like maintain what's already there, not fix things and then maintain it. So yeah, I don't know, it's a whole thing. Sometimes I think about just selling. And, yeah, sorry, writings. Geth incursions is what we need next. This is kind of a long one, because we gotta go to 5 different things. But I guess we'll do it, it's fine. But yeah, you don't want to rush into it. That's my advice. I've said that tons of times in different videos, different streams. And I'll say it tons more times. You don't rush into buying a house. If you're in a position where you can buy a house, do not rush it. Take your time. Just take your time. There is no rush. That's what I should have done. There really wasn't a rush. I was just being impatient. And now I'm paying the price for those mistakes. And, like I said, sometimes I think about selling. Because, for what the house is listed as being worth right now is like $50,000 more than I paid for it, which is good. That's what you want, because that's, if I were to sell it, it's enough money to pay off my mortgage and put some money in my pocket. But the problem is, because I don't like giving someone else my fucking problems, I would have to sell it at higher than what it's valued at. Because, and this is stuff that you can do, because I'd be like, hey, these things need fixed, like, don't even bother, well, still do it, hire someone to come out and look at it, in case there's something that I don't know about. Of course, hire an independent home inspector to come out and look at my home before you buy it. There may be something that I don't know, but here's the shit I do know. All the wood in the crawl space is going to need sistered or replaced. I have quotes for both, depending on what you want to pay for. And realistically, it's been suggested that the crawl space be encapsulated, because this is a very humid area in the summer, and the ductwork is like 40 going on 50 years old. So really, just heating and cooling the crawl space every winter and summer. And in the summer, there's a lot of condensation on that ductwork, which, because the ductwork is also insulated, there's moisture trapped inside the insulation that will eventually rust through the ductwork, if it hasn't already, which it probably has. But, yeah, so it's been suggested that it be encapsulated, commercial dehumidifier be put down there. Bottom line, all the joists, a drop girder, sill plate, the joists all need sistered or replaced. Drop girder needs sistered or replaced. Sill plate needs replaced. That all needs to be done. So you would raise the price that you sell the house for, right? And then what will basically happen is I would be like, hey, I'm selling that. So like, say house is like $200K. They're paying me $200K for the house. And then I'm like, hey, $30,000 worth of stuff needs done. It's like, if you pay $230K, then it will be done. So it'd basically be like, I would get it done, take out a loan, pay for it, the work would get done, and then they would buy the house at $30K above market value, so that I can pay off the loan that I took out to get the work done, and then they don't have to worry about it. So it's essentially like they're paying for it, but that is a thing you can do, which is what would need to be done. And if somebody didn't want to do that, then I'd be like, then I don't want this to be like, especially if like it's somebody with like kids. So I was like, man, you're buying a house is a huge thing, and I don't want you to have a house with a bunch of fucking problems. I just haven't been able to get this fixed yet. I've planned it, I've intended to, but it's an investment. It's an expensive repair. And it's like, you're taking out a mortgage anyways. But yeah, that's something. And then something else, which that everything I just listed is actually stuff that needs done with this house. Floor joists, all of them need sistered or replaced. Drop girder needs sistered or replaced. Sistered is the cheaper option. Replaced is the more expensive, potentially more long-term option, but there's nothing wrong with sistering because it essentially serves the same purpose and saves you a little bit of money. But then there's a sill plate, needs fucking replaced. And then there's like some other things those are the things that 110% need done. And there's a couple other things that you can take or leave, really. But it's like that's all got to be done. And then it's been suggested to me twice now that really, because of the humidity in this area, and the humidity's not going to get any better anytime soon, that the crawl space needs sealed and encapsulated properly, and a dehumidifier needs installed. And that's something that, if I remain here, I may very well consider. But if I'm going to sell it, I'd be like, this is what's been suggested. I'm going to leave that up to you. I'd be like, here's the quotes that I've been given from these different people. It's up to you. But yeah, that's how that would work. I don't know how I got on this topic. I don't know why I'm talking about owning a home instead of playing this fucking game. I want to get most of this done today, but here I am an hour in and I've gotten one thing done. My goodness gracious. But yeah, it's a whole thing. That's the long and the short of it. If you're buying a house, don't rush it. I know that fucking... And honestly, when I bought this house, I wasn't even 100% sure that I was going to be able to afford it. But like I said, it was all out of spite. But the bank was pretty sure, and that was good enough for me. Of course, I had a lot less debt then. In fact, I had like no debt. I had student loans. But other than that, I had zero debt. I didn't have credit cards. I didn't owe on a vehicle. I was debt free, other than like student loans. That is not the case anymore. I still don't owe any money on a vehicle. Thank God. Thank God above. But now I've got the mortgage. I still got my student loan. And now I've got the money that I've put into this house that I'm still paying on that work that was done. And I got credit card debt now. I have credit card debt now because I had because I didn't want to be paying on a vehicle. But at this point, I might as well have just got a new vehicle, realistically, now that I'm fucking thinking about it. But I had a bunch of credit card debt because I got a credit card, and I was like, hey, I can use this to help with car repairs. And then a bunch of car repairs came, and now that's a problem. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't care. None of that's fucking important, so it's a good thing nobody was here to see it. So let's see. UNC Geth incursions. The Geth have begun setting up a number of small outposts in the Armstrong cluster of the Skillian Verge. You must eliminate these outposts before the incursion becomes a full-scale invasion. Eliminate all 4 Geth outposts identified in the Armstrong cluster. The outposts are located in the Gagarin, Tereshkova, Hong, and Vashmi systems. Yes. So, Armstrong cluster and go to all of the systems. Got it. You didn't level up. So, the other 2 goobers must have been leveled up. Okay. So now we gotta go to Armstrong and go do all that stuff. And this takes a minute. This takes some time. But that's okay. Armstrong is like right here. Yeah, there it is. So I gotta go to all of these, and then it's gonna open a 5th one when I'm done. So we'll just start here and make our way across. I know I normally like to stream for only about an hour, but now that I'm just going to do streams only on Wednesdays, and I got a bunch of shit I want to get done in this stream, even though I've wasted a bunch of time, I'm just gonna go. Just gonna go, and it is what it is. Like I said, I don't have anything else to do today. Like, I got dishwasher going, laundry going. There's stuff that I should do outside, but there's a heat index of like 106, so we're gonna wait until the sun goes down a little bit. I ain't in a fucking rush to have a heat stroke. Everything's basically maintained out there right now. It's just stuff that I fucking put off a little bit. There's some vines growing on the side of the house, out, like literally behind, like out this window that's behind me. I just need to pull them off the house is all. And I'm not in a hurry to go out there and do that in a fucking heat wave. Alright, let's land here. See what we do. So I took Ashley and Rex. I don't know why I did that. Because normally I go Ashley, Garrus, Caden, Liara, Rex, Tally. We'll take these losers. I'm not even going to bother with the wheel. There aren't enough squad mates to bother with the wheel in this one. The wheel of squad mates is really for Mass Effect 2, let's be honest. Alright, so first things first, this is where I need to be. This is where I'm going to go. Try and find some of the Matriarch's writings. Hopefully it's not too big of a pain in the dick to get over there. Stomach's growling. See, getting to these places in the Mako is just boring and takes time. That's why I was like wanting to skip most of it for the stream, but then I was like, man, to hell with it, let's just do it. So I want to get up this ridge and then go over, rather than trying to go that way and then up. Because you can tell by the texture of the ground that this is a more climbable surface, or more intended to be climbable. Yeah, and then we can go across over here. Yeah. This isn't even where I set my... This isn't even where I... This is just where... This is something completely different. It's not even... I just realized it's not even where I set my marker. That's absurd. Alright, well, I guess let's see what's in here. The scavengers who made this camp are gone. They seem to have abandoned it abruptly some time ago. Area map. What'd that add for me? Not a damn thing. Oh, it just updated my map, I guess. Okay. Well, that's okay. This looks climbable, and this is the direction I need, so maybe that was... Maybe finding this thing was a blessing in disguise. Who knows? There's some minerals over here. Next to the, That's not the one. That's the one. Arm got itchy all of a sudden. I'm not gonna bother with those minerals, whatever they are. I am gonna bother with this crashed escape pod, though. It's probably a League of One medallion or something. Yeah. This down pod contained a League of One medallion. Its owner is nowhere to be found. Yep. That's what I thought. So I guess we'll go to the... Whoops. Keep doing that. The Overrun Research Outpost. Where I assume the Geth are. Here for Geth, right? I guess they could have come here and overran a research outpost. And I guess we'll go over this stuff that's not necessarily intended to be the direction you go. That's the weird thing about all these planets. They do have, like, intended paths, right? Very rarely are they marked like that, but if you just look at, like, the terrain, right? Then you're like, okay, well, this is, I can go up here, but not necessarily that or that, right? So, it's weird that you can just kind of brute force your way up the side of a mountain as though you're playing Skyrim or Oblivion or something. When most of these planets do have intended paths, you just kind of got to look for them. They're not always obvious, but they are usually there. Which I think is ridiculous, because how many people actually did that? Like, how many people went, like, intended path and just instead tried to climb this fucking mountain at a 90-degree angle, right? The fuck was that noise? That's never something you want to hear on a planet that's not supposed to support life. Yeah, right. So we're going to go in here and wipe these mammoth jammas out. Not even going to be a problem. This happened to... I dropped a couple frames, but it hasn't been going too bad, I don't think. All things considered, realistically. So I might have found my groove. Maybe. We'll see. Nope, there it goes again. Let's see what's in here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Is that copyrighted? So I'm loving it copyrighted? Probably. I mean, 0.7% of frames dropped isn't, like, terrible. Under a percent isn't, like, the worst thing in the world. Greatest game series ever, even if people don't like 3 because they totally missed the point of the ending. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like 3. Also, sorry you showed up when the stream's throwing a fit. Hopefully it'll work itself out. But, yeah, a lot of people didn't like 3's ending. Which is weird to think of now because it's been so long since they patched it or released the update or whatever that, like, explained the ending after the fact. But I don't know if, I don't know how many people actually remember, like, the original endings. Where it was just like you went through the actual best game in the series, and then you get to the end, and it's like, all right, push one of these 3 buttons, push the button corresponding to the ending that you would like to have, and then you did that, and it was like, okay, here's your gold star. Have a good day. Oh, why are you being fussy? I guess I could check, yeah, I guess I could close this. I don't need this open. I guess I could check do this really quick. See if my internet speed has lowered since I started. It has. Of course it has. The ending all these years later didn't used to get a life. Yeah, most people I think have gotten over the ending. Oh yeah, look at that. My freaking upload speed has dropped drastically since I started. That's not good. Guess it's 1 in the afternoon now, so there's probably congestion. Oh well. That's freaking. That's. Don't patronize me, YouTube. When I open the YouTube Studio, don't hit me with a button that says "Learn how to use encoders." Oh man. If it doesn't come back soon, I might have to bail on this one, and then just time my streams for earlier in the day when there's going to be less congestion. Wow, that's bad. Maybe it's coming back. Maybe it's coming back. I hope so. I want it to. I want to keep playing. I'll run another test. Okay, things are a little bit higher now. Still not as good as I'd like them to be, but that's just the nature of it. Yeah, my uploads. But I'm surprised that I get that good of upload speed with this internet. Upload's a bit higher, but it's still not. It's not within the parameters that I set at the beginning of this, so and I can't really pause, and I can't change the bitrate once I've started is the problem. So it's just going to keep collapsing in on itself. That's not good. Darn it. Maybe there's other stuff I can change on the fly. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I can't touch the bit rate, but I can. Oh wait, can I touch the bit rate? Oh, I can touch the bit rate. So I set that a little lower, and then I switch this over. Apply. Okay, and it looks like the stream's still going. So that might help. Oh, look at that. The magic of hardware encoding lets me fuck with the bitrate on the fly. Why didn't I look this shit up much sooner? Okay. Alright. Mess with some things. Hopefully that smooths it out. Since I was able to mess with some things, we'll keep going. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I know a couple people that still complain about the ending to Mass Effect 3, but like it's been so. I think the complaints got kind of like revitalized with the release of the Legendary Edition, like what I'm playing now, because people sat down and replayed it, and then they just kind of like remembered how it was at launch, and it just reignited some of those complaints, even though they're a little baseless now, but it is what it is. If people want to complain, they're going to complain. Nothing that we can do about that. Jammed? What do you mean? Oh, I bet there's actual Geth here now, instead of just husks. Okay, so that does seem to have helped, being able to change. The quality's probably a little worse. Yep, actual Geth are here now. Oh my god. Alright, well that went okay. All things considered. So you'd never buy another game or give the developers money of any kind ever again. Recently he's playing the remastered. Bullshit. Yeah, people like to say that stuff all the time. People like to do like boycotts, and I already came in here, what am I doing? And like denounce developers and blah blah blah, and then like it happens a lot with Call of Duty. People will be like, "Oh, COD is dead," And of course, Black Ops 7 or whatever the hell might have been one of the final nails in the coffin because that shit was abysmal. But people like to do that with Call of Duty all the time. They'll declare that they're boycotting it or that COD is dead, and then like next year they're playing Call of Duty again. I personally haven't played, which I don't do a lot of like new AAA games anymore. I'm a big indie gamer. I'll browse Game Jolt, I'll browse itch.io, I'll comb through Steam and find some fun independent things. And if I play a AAA game, it's like this. It's a AAA game from fucking 20 years ago. Basically. But like anything, like I know they just did the Summer Games Fest, and Xbox did its showcase, and I think the Nintendo Direct. I think all of that happened. They just announced all the fun stuff, and like it looks cool. I won't deny that there's a lot of stuff that like looks cool, like the new Stellar Blade or whatever looks very cool. What else even was there? That new Castlevania looks very cool, but oh, that's right, they're still in it. But I just probably won't end up playing any of them unless I'm able to get some of those games on like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus or anything like that.
One down, 3 to go.
Am I still on the normal difficulty? Good lord. Options, gameplay, normal. Yeah, I'm on normal. That's because like what's a good example? Oh yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. That was a game that I was like, I'll never buy this. Which is a big part of it, is I just don't want to like invest the money into these games because I don't want to support. And it sucks because there are so many talented developers and artists and all voice actors and all kinds of people that are stuck in that industry, but I don't want to support that industry as a whole anymore when I could support the indie scene, you know? But when stuff comes out and like on like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, where I can try it for free because I have the service, then I'll do that sometimes. I did that with Hogwarts Legacy, which was a game that, all the controversies aside, because I didn't give a shit about any of those really. Video games are supposed to be fun. Put your fucking politics up your ass, and just enjoy the fucking video game. I looked at that and I was like, man, I remember really loving the Harry Potter games on the PS2. It's like, but I don't know that I'll play this one. But then it showed up on like PlayStation Plus, and I was like, I'll give it a try. And nobody told me that game was actually super fun and super lit. So that I ended up actually purchasing that one when it went on sale. Just so that I would have it. So that's how I end up doing stuff. I'm actually never buying another Call of Duty. There's only one I will actually play, and it's Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was the last great COD, and it was peak zombies. The last major like zombies installment that I played was Black Ops 2. I know I've played a little bit of Black Ops 3, but not enough to be able to like remember or tell you anything about it. And then the last Call of Duty that I played campaign wise was Ghosts. That was the last time. I only own Black Ops 3 because it was given to me by a friend, and Call of Duty Ghosts was the last Black Ops game that I bought. And I bought the fucking like Prestige edition or whatever the Big Dick OG edition was. And I literally only got it because it came with that stupid it came with like a video camera, like a tactical video camera. And when I read all the specs and stuff, I was like, oh, so that's basically like a cool like a GoPro or whatever. I was like, that could be helpful, because at the time I wasn't doing gaming on YouTube as heavily. I was still doing a lot of like skits and like, or wanting to do a lot of skits and like live action nonsense. Maybe a ton still because of custom zombies. Now custom zombies I can understand. I still play a lot of the OG World at War on PC because of custom zombies maps, so I can totally understand that. But yeah, I got like the Prestige Edition so I could have that camera. But I guess I didn't read the fine print enough because it's a wide angle lens camera, so it only films things in like Tony Hawk vision. So it's a really cool camera. Like, it was really cool. Came in a really cool case, some fun accessories, but I ended up literally never using it. So, and I don't even, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And I knew that too, because I talked about that earlier. Why is my, there it went. My gun wasn't working. I said I didn't want to deal with this. Oh, wait. This isn't the correct, area for this to be Admiral Kahoku's men, is it? No, this is something different. I just stumbled into a Thresher Mall like a complete idiot. Here's the other video where you spawned the review and snap the disc. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the videos on that old channel got memory hold. Because I just stopped using that channel and transitioned over to this one and transitioned over to doing other things. To doing more like actual content and less rage bait. Which was for the better, you rapscallion. Content wise and mental health wise, I think, but I won't pretend like I didn't have good times on that goofy old channel. Are you done? Did you give up? No, there you are. Your health better not have regened. It didn't. Okay, that's good. I was going to be upset if your health regens. Yeah, I think there's only like a handful of ones that I have active on that channel from back in the day. And it's the... I know the original Oblivion video is still up and viewable. Yeah, that one's still up. I think the retrospective I made about that video is still up. And then there are a couple of other, like, goofy videos I made. Like I said, I was still doing... Saw a bug of some kind. Didn't get a good look at it. I don't know where it went. He's gonna catch me, and that's not good. Die, foul beast. Alright. Oh, some goofy live-action stuff that, How do I repair? Is it R? Yeah, it is. That I did that got some decent views. That's still up. Like some stuff that I filmed when I was in high school. That's all still up. But most of the other stuff has been memory hold. If for attempts to make that review video. The original Oblivion one, that was all just stream of consciousness, like one take. Because that's how I did stuff back then. Because I was like 16 or 17 or something. I didn't read that. Jesus Christ, I didn't even read that. I think I might have just turned 16. That's so long ago. But that's how I did stuff back in the day. I didn't, like, plan stuff out. Beyond, like, the video idea. Beyond being like, I'm gonna make this video. And then I just did it. I didn't write scripts. I didn't, like, do multiple takes. I didn't do, like, anything back in the day. I just was pure stream of consciousness then. Protein data disk. Alright, sounds good. And that's how most of those videos came to be. is I just turned on that shitty old camera that I had and just went for it. So this already got a B, so I might as well check out this debris. Maybe it'll be one of these Sorry Matriarch ratings. That would be cool. Yeah, pretty much every video on that old channel was one take, and it was just raw, unfiltered stream of consciousness. A vehicle and the human corpses show the telltale signs of Geth weapons fire. The Geth have been mangled by the Thresher Maw. At least I got what's coming to them. Thank you. Appreciate that. Because I did totally mean to read that. Got a hair in my mouth, gross. But I just clicked on. But yeah, things are things are a little different today. I do things a little bit differently. I still like trying to maintain like an amateur vibe. I've always preferred that. But I do also still try to make it a little bit more like palatable and watchable today. But I try not to do any like super crazy involved edits. I'm gonna get attacked by Geth. Of course I'm gonna get attacked by Geth. Because I like to keep the amateur vibe. Because not that other people's videos where they do like really involved editing aren't like good. I've got, so on the PC I'm playing now, I've got like 200 something hours in it, but on the PS5, well, PS4, because the disc I have is PS4, but I was playing it on my PS5. On PS5, I've got over 1,000 hours in the Legendary Edition. This game is the whole series is absolutely worth a replay. I don't know why I marked that. I can't see it on my minimap. But yeah, no, these days I put a little bit more thought into videos. Some stuff when I'm like sitting down, like talking to the camera, like when I'm not doing gameplay, which the gameplay is mostly just me. Realistically, it's mostly just me reacting to stuff, and that's all just having to have like having to be somewhat quick-witted, and be, you know, funny. Okay, this isn't the way to go. And hoping that the gameplay carries some of the weight. I don't know how people like that have been doing it for a long time, like Markiplier. I don't know how they do it because I've never asked them, never had an opportunity, probably won't. But that's how I do it. I try to pick games that look interesting. That's why horror is a good fit for Let's Plays. And it helps that I enjoy horror games because it's easy to react to things that are happening in horror games. Alright, I am getting the shit kicked out of me. That's not good. That's not good. Alright, so we need to knock this guy over. Keep him knocked over. Get rid of some of these dudes that are absolutely being problems. Okay. Well, he got me. So we need to retreat just a smidge. And repair the Mako. Yeah, there we go. Which in the Legendary Edition you can still move while it's repairing, but you can't shoot anymore. Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom was a fun Let's Play to watch by the Game Salmon. I have not seen that, but I will check it out. SpongeBob horror game. Yeah, I know I've seen, which maybe it's because I'm old and I've been on, well, I'm older than YouTube for starters, but I've been on YouTube since the beginning and watched kind of everything happened. I still, to this day, watch a lot of Markiplier. And I know I've watched a lot of the SpongeBob horror games he's played. And the SpongeBob horror games are interesting whenever somebody makes one, because a lot of times somebody will put like a ridiculous amount of effort into them for a game that is kind of a shitpost in essence, but they are always fun to watch, so I'm always down for checking out. Is that you shooting at me? I'm always down for checking out, yeah, that is you shooting at me. New ones. Phone, will you be quiet? Wow, running into you really isn't working because you're kind of stuck on the wall there. But we got that worked out. Now it's going to drop more Geth, probably another Colossus. Just to screw with me. No, just regular Geth. Those I can deal with. Geth Prime isn't really a big deal in the Mako. But thanks for trying.
2 outposts done. We're halfway there.
Also been around a little while. I'm 32. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, so you know. But yeah, so no, that's not what I need. I need F to return to the Normandy. So I still watch a lot of the old guard, so to speak. But there's some newer stuff newer channels that I found that I like. But I have a habit of whenever I find new channels, I try not to like look into the people behind them, because if I just enjoy the content, I don't want to know if they're not good people. I don't know what that says about me, but I figure if something is heinous enough, it will show up on my radar somewhere. Just because of the way the internet works, if you because every site tracks you and everything you're doing. So like, if I'm watching, I don't know, Burger Pants 8652, and it turns out they like to, I don't know, adopt shelter puppies and then kick them down the street for fun, because I watch their content. And this is all just a made-up scenario, by the way. Because I watch their content, that if that becomes a public controversy, then something will tell me. Twitter or Facebook or just regular Google, it will pop up as like a news story. So I always figure if something's heinous enough, just because of the way the internet works today, that it'll pop up. I'll learn about it, and then I can be like, ooh, okay, never mind. Well, it's fun while it lasted. But for the most part, if I find content that I'm just like, this is funny, I like this is neat, this is chill, then I'll watch it. There's a channel, it's Jambola R. It's I'll just put it in the YouTubers recently. Act is on everyone's radar. It's been one big shitstorm. Yeah, I'll put them in the chat here really quick. Just a couple of like the maybe not so big channels that I've been watching lately. Just cause shout outs are always nice. My subscriptions. So there's, where are you, Jambola? Now this guy used to stream on Twitch a lot, but he hasn't streamed on Twitch recently. But he still does upload like gameplay videos, and he's just super like chill. So I enjoy putting his stuff on in the background when I'm playing a game, or yeah, that one. I enjoy putting that one on, Jambola, just on the background when I'm playing a game or something, because he's just really chill. And then this one, I don't know this dude like personally, like never met him in person, but we've talked back and forth over the course of my YouTube career, and he's recently started uploading again, and his stuff is his stuff makes me laugh. It's pretty good. I don't know if he's gonna continue uploading, but Cyrus the Virus is another one that I do be watching. One that I found recently that I like, that is just fun. It makes me laugh. That has a larger number of subscribers than the other ones that I'm going to list. is Mark the Menace. He's been doing a lot of Minecraft horror lately, which I've been getting into, and it's fun. It's fun to see somebody just actually play Minecraft horror and not add like a bunch of goofy shit in editing. Like I think Swaley is one. With nothing against Swaley, I know that that's just like apparently the meta for like Minecraft horror videos, but Mark the Menace at least just plays the games and the mods as they are, and which is refreshing. And he's entertaining, so that's why I've been watching that a lot. And then the last one that I've been watching a lot, which is it's just something I've been enjoying because I like the concept, and the dude seems pretty chill, is /star 314, who is currently working on he's been doing streams where he's working on beating every Sega Genesis game, which is I thought was a super cool concept. So I've been enjoying it is Rex and Tally's turn. I've been enjoying watching that. So those are like some of the smaller, not OG ones that I do watch. But other than that, I basically I stick to what I know, and by stick to what I know, I mean I basically, as far as like big name YouTubers, it's really just Markiplier anymore. Because I know Jacksepticeye still uploads, but I guess I'll check this stuff out and then circle around to get that post. Why not? I know he still uploads, but every time I see him upload something, it is a really interesting looking horror game. I feel like he currently seeks out really interesting indie horror games, which I appreciate. But the videos are always like he'll play the whole game. He'll play entire games and then upload that. So if it's like a AAA game, then that video sometimes will be like 7 or 8 hours long. And even with the indie games, some of those will be like an hour, 2 hours long. And whenever I watch like the main people, it's usually like during dinner time. It's like the whole thing. You sit down to watch like an episode of a TV show. That's how I treat that stuff. And I don't always have like an hour or 2 hours to commit to that. So it's like, I'll eat dinner, I'll watch this video, and then I'll go about whatever else it is I have to do before bed. So I just end up not watching a lot of Jack's newer stuff, which is a bummer because it all looks very cool and interesting. But I just kind of fell off with it. Where is even the thing that... Oh, it's literally this, isn't it? Yeah, it's literally this. ID tag, yeah, okay. So that's for the Solarian stuff. I don't really need that, I don't think. I'm looking for Matriarch's writings, because that's the only thing I really need to carry over into Mass Effect 3 eventually. Wow, this is not happening. Okie dokie. If I can't get to the debris very easily, then I may need to like leave this planet and reset, because this is apparently one of the more difficult to traverse ones, but that's okay. I might be able to get over there. Just gotta be careful with it. But yeah, YouTube's like the only thing that I watch anymore. I've never really been a big like TV person, and never really been a big like movie guy. So I just watch YouTube. And occasionally, usually if something pops up in my recommended, I've been trying to make a habit of doing this more. If something pops up in my recommended while I'm watching something, and it like looks interesting, A, if it catches my eye, that's good. But B, if I see that it's got like a low number of views, then I'll click on it just to like check it out. If it's something that sounds interesting to me, like a gameplay something or other, or some kind of like deep dive on some game or topic that I'm interested in, and I see it's got low views, then I usually assume that it's like a smaller channel. And I've started making a habit of absolutely clicking on that and just like peeking in, giving it a look, seeing if this is something that might be like interesting. And that's kind of how I ended up finding all the things I just listed. Is I was come on. I ended up coming across Jambola on Twitch when he was actually streaming Sonic Heroes, and I was like, oh man, I used to play the hell out of Sonic Heroes. And ended up following him there and then finding his YouTube channel, and now, like I said, I just put that one on in the background because he's just comes across anyways as a super chill dude, so it's just really nice chill videos for me at least to put on in the background when I'm playing a game or working on something. And then like I said, Cyrus the Virus, I've interacted with him since like back in the day, and he recently started uploading again, so it would be, I don't know how much he intends to continue uploading, but it would be rude not to share it. Then Mark the Menace, like I said, I got into like Minecraft horror, and then that popped up in my recommended because of it. And like whatever the video was, it only had like a couple hundred views, and I was like, oh, why not? Let's check it out. And then I saw he's got like 17k subscribers, which is wild because his views don't always exactly like match up for that. But his stuff is good and entertaining, so that's why I was like, yeah, this is. I didn't mean to hit repair. Oh well. Now I can't get out because I hit repair on accident. So no, I like checking his stuff out. And like I said, /star314 literally popped up like in the recommended, like that there was a live stream and it was beating every Sega Genesis game. And at first I was like, you know what, that sounds like a really cool concept. At first I put it on and muted it and just had it running in the background just so that they could have a consistent viewer on the stream, which I will also do sometimes. If it's a smaller channel, I'll just put their stream on in the, even if it's one that I've literally never watched anything. If I just see a smaller channel streaming, I'll put the Geth Array is transmitting regular data bursts on an encrypted channel using the Alliance's own FTL combo. It's not clear whether the data is being directed nor the content of the signal. Alright, I'll shut that off, so that's good. I'll just leave their stream running in an open tab, and I'll just mute it so that they can have a consistent viewer on their stream, because that does help, even if it's just one. That does help in the long run. Nope, I don't care. Stop calling me spam risk. Because YouTube will, especially on YouTube will see that every time they stream, they have a consistent viewer that isn't them. So it'll be like, hey, this person gets consistent views, so it will hopefully be more likely to put it in people's recommended, and maybe they can get more consistent viewers. So I like to do that, and that's what I originally did with /star, and then I don't know, one night I forgot what they were streaming, but it was a game that looked neat, and I was like, oh, I'll stick around and check this one out. And now I try and catch as many streams as I can, because it's that's written blast an air horn into the phone. It wouldn't do any good. It's just an automated message. I know what it is. I don't know what I put my phone number into. I don't know what website I visited or what like a free quote of something. Yeah, there's the voicemail I signed up for to. That required my phone number, but the last month or so, it's always a different number. Pops up as either a spam risk or my favorite one, fraud risk. And then it'll always leave a voicemail, and the voicemail is always the last like 5 to 6 seconds of a pre-recorded automated message. So That's all it would be if I actually answered it, would be that pre-recorded message. And I did answer it once and pushed their stupid press 9 or press 8 or press whatever to opt out. And it doesn't do any good because it didn't opt me out. They keep calling anyways. So I just ignore it, and then every night I just go through and delete all the voicemails. I would love to just blast an air horn into the phone if it was like an actual like scam center, like scam callers, like what's that guy's name? Kit Boga, I think. Like those Indian scam call centers that he trolls all the time. If it was something like that, I would love to. Or like one when I was working at Domino's, I would get a phone call from time to time. They eventually stopped calling us because they realized that they weren't getting anywhere. But I would get a scam call from time to time. It was a guy claiming to be from the U.S. Marshals, trying to get me to wire money from the store or whatever to them. Which was funny because the U.S. Marshals absolutely do not investigate a fraud at a random fucking Domino's in Kentucky.
Just one outpost left.
But they just needed to make it sound scary and official. Yeah, I got... Never seen one last on fire for that long. I dealt with that a little bit when I worked at Domino's. That I could have done that with, but mostly it's just robocalls. And there's no point. Just and just pretend it's not there. And if it is an actual person or something important, then hopefully they'll leave a real voicemail. You know? But yeah, currently it's just been robocalls, so. But anyways, all of that bullshit I was saying earlier, all of that to say is YouTube is pretty much my only form of like content. It's also my only like social media presence. Like I got Facebook to keep up with family, but I don't really like use it. And I don't have pizza's the best pizza. Domino's pizza isn't bad. My favorite is Pizza Hut. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's not the greatest quality. I know a lot of people don't like it, but for some reason I just can't. I can't quit it. Pizza. I just like Pizza Hut. I think it's something to do with the sauce. Their sauce has got like a really like robust spicy flavor to me, and even though it's not the greatest pizza in the world, I know that like quality wise. I just like it too much. I love me some Pizza Hut. Domino's is definitely in second though. Even though I worked there, and for a long time there was like a period of time where I was like, I never want to see another Domino's pizza again in my life. I do still from time to time get Domino's. Domino's is probably second favorite. My least favorite is Papa John's. I don't like Papa John's. I don't like their pizza crust. I don't like their pizza dough. I feel like it's a chore to eat. And I don't think it's good cold. Which might be why I like Pizza Hut, because I think Pizza Hut's pizza is still very palatable when it's cold. Domino's is hit or miss. I think it really depends on who makes it. And then Papa John's, I can't eat it cold. And it's not like heating it up makes it more edible, but like it doesn't help the flavor of any of the better ingredients. So Papa John's is, I literally ran out. Wow, that's hard to see. Is my least favorite. And then I worked at Little Caesars too for a little bit when I graduated high school, right before I started college. Turing insignia, strangely considered some ancient graffiti scribbled on and appears to be marked with the Edison colony insignia. Cool, very cool. Ancient graffiti, why not? When I graduated high school and first started college, I worked at Little Caesars over the summer. And when I started going to college, I tried to get my like hours changed. And instead of doing that, the GM just, rather than working with my college schedule, they just took me off the schedule, and I had to find that out from a friend. So that was super cool. But that's ancient history now, so that's neither here nor there. But Little Caesars is odd skull, interesting. This massive skull is scored by deflected mass accelerator shots. The xenobiology files in your heart's a computer can't identify the species. Must have been brought here from an unknown world. Pretty crazy. Probably a thresher maw. But Little Caesars is still Little Caesars. I rarely get Little Caesars unless I'm just really want pizza and I'm really hard up for cash and don't feel like getting a frozen pizza. I will say, though, that being said, Little Caesars deep dish pizza is better than it has any right to be. I think. And when I worked there, they used to have the bacon wrapped deep dish where, like, there would be, like, bacon wrapped around the crust or whatever. And, they got that, like, right before I left. But even with the regular deep dish, it's still good. I used to make a deep dish pizza, and I don't know if you could get Little Caesars to make this, but what I used to do was a deep dish pizza. Yeah, absolutely. Little Caesars and Hardee's. Those are my were, because I don't really drink that much anymore, but those are my drunk go-tos. I don't know why. I never get, which, funnily enough, Hardee's was somewhere else that I also worked. But I never get Hardee's, like, ever. But for some reason, when I was drunk, it was, if Little Caesars was closed or I didn't want pizza, then it was Hardee's every time. I don't know why. But, yeah, I would get a deep dish pizza and put pepperoni, bacon, and jalapenos on it. And then, when it came out of the oven, the veggie seasoning that they use for their Italian cheese bread, I put that all over it, and then drizzle the garlic butter on it. And on God, best pizza I've ever had to this day. Better than it has any right to be. That's where I need to go, right? Yeah, that's where I need to go. I don't even think about it. But I do like me some Little Caesars deep dish. And then their pretzel crust pizza, where it was like a pretzel crust and instead of pizza sauce it was cheese sauce. That wasn't too bad. I did give that a try and I didn't hate that, but it was a neat novelty, but it wasn't like mind-blowing, like, advancement of the culinary arts. It was just a cool, like, novelty that I was like, yeah, this isn't too bad. But I always had to ask them for extra sauce. I was like, put extra cheese sauce on it. Like, if you think you got too much cheese sauce on it, put more on it. Because otherwise it just got, like, really, like, dry. Probably because it was a pretzel crust. But other than that, yeah. Yeah, I ate many. I have a weird story about Little Caesars because back my first couple semesters of college, and especially that summer right before college, because I had everything, like, packed up early, like all my stuff packed, because I knew I was going to be, like, living in the dorm my first couple years, which really ended up only being my first year that I lived in a dorm on campus. But I knew that was going to be happening, so I had basically my bedroom, like, fully packed up, like all my stuff ready to just kind of be stuck in storage. Take a couple things with me, and just be the first one at my parents' house. But so my old bedroom that appeared in many an old video on the old channel, and even a handful on this one. had that one basically fully packed up, barren. The only things that were in there were like the stand that my TV was on, my console, and like a futon, because my last year and a half of high school, I finally convinced my parents to let me just get rid of my bed and get a futon, because it sounded like such a cool idea, and it was. I had so much more space in my bedroom, and it made it great for when people were over hanging out, because it was basically a couch. And the one that I had, at least, was like it wasn't like a regular futon mattress. It was basically a full-size mattress. So it was actually super comfortable. But anyways, back to the regular story. So, yeah, this was around that time. And I had a bunch of people over.
I'm surprised. I figured one of these outposts would be the main base of operations for this incursion.
Hold on. This receiver's picking up some kind of transmission. Based on the signal strength, I say it's coming from inside this star cluster.
It's gotta be the main base. We can use the signal to lock onto its location and go take it out.
Yep, and that's what we're gonna do. But I was having a bunch of people over for something or other. We were just hanging out, and we were all just fresh out of high school, getting ready to start college. So most of us were broke as hell. But we pulled our money together and was like, oh, what's cheap? $5 hot and ready pizzas. That's what's cheap. So we pulled our money together, and we had whatever it was. We had enough for like 25 pizzas, right? So obviously, instead of being like conservative, my mom was out at the store, and I convinced her to get a bunch of sodas for us. Like everybody, there were like 7 of us. Everybody got to pick their one soda, and she would get a 24 pack of that, because my parents were fucking incredible. They were so cool. I say were like they're not around. My parents are super cool. My mom was like, all right, fine. So we had the drinks locked in. So obviously we were like, so we're gonna spend literally all the money we have, and we're gonna get 25 pizzas. And I don't know what the reasoning was for taking, rare element, for taking this particular car, but at the time, one of my acquaintances, a guy named Charles, he had like a Ford Focus or whatever, and the back seat of a Ford Focus is more of a suggestion than something that's intended to be actually used. No, he didn't have a Focus, it was a Fiesta. Yeah. The back seat of a Ford Fiesta is something that's more of a suggestion than something that's intended to be actually used. Yep, just a medallion. I invest a legal one. Yep. And for some reason, 4 of us, not only one of us, one dude, Joseph, we called him Jojo, was at the time super like skinny. He was the skinniest, smallest out of all of us. I was pretty much still the size I am now. Like, I haven't really changed at all. So I was there, and we had our another acquaintance I had, Kenneth, who was just average size, and then our buddy Eric, who was also average size, a little on the husky side, and then Charles, who was the biggest out of all of us, but he was driving, right? So 5 of us piled into this fucking car that's only supposed to, like, hold 4 people. And I don't know how 4 people would fit in that car. But 5 of us piled in, and it wasn't comfortable, and we should have been like, maybe we don't all need to go. But we didn't do that. We all went. And we went, and we got 25 fucking hot and ready pizzas for some reason. And I was in the front seat, because I call it shotgun, because I'm not dumb. Charles was driving, and we divvied up the pizzas between us, right? So I think I was holding 10, and then I distinctly remember, because it was so cumbersome. I had 10 because I had the most room in the front seat, and then all 3 of them in the back got 5 pizzas apiece. And Kenneth, who at the time wasn't like a big dude, just average size. But Kenneth on the way back, and I swear to God, this is no word of a lie, Kenneth on the way back ate 4.5 Little Caesars pizzas. I don't understand how this man is still alive. He did have to have like a heart surgery, but believe it or not, completely unrelated to diet. Just a poor luck of the draw on like genetics. It was like a genetic issue that he was born with. But this motherfucker ate more than I've ever seen anybody eat in my life. And like we're talking like a guy, I've seen him eat like 11, 12 McChickens and like that be a meal. And I'm like, how the fuck are you alive? On God, 4.5 Little Caesars pizzas. I know it sounds like a lie that I'm making up, but it's not. On the drive home from Little Caesars, just on like the 25-minute drive back to my parents' house. And we got back and we're like getting the pizzas out, and I'm like, Kenneth, where are your pizzas? And he fucking ate them. And I was like, alright, well, you know what? You can have more. Oh, sweet. Finally, Matriarch's writings recovered. There were several artifacts stored here, all worthless, except for one of Matriarch Dillinaga's writings. Whether it was uncovered at this dig site or elsewhere is unclear. I was like, yeah, alright, well, you're not getting any more pizza until everyone else has had what they want. And then you can have more pizza, you fucking troglodyte. Craziest thing I've ever fucking seen. That was probably the most I've ever seen him eat, personally, but it was genuinely ridiculous. I don't know how there's not more wrong with him. I genuinely don't. But yeah, that's my crazy, sounds so ridiculous that it must be made up, but totally isn't, Little Caesar's story. All of this food talk is making me not want to cook real dinner tonight and just absolutely get like pizza or something. I guess I'll leave it up to the wife. I'll give her an option. I'll see if because I was gonna cook goulash tonight because I do be liking some goulash. I guess I'll just ask her. I'll be like, hey, do you want goulash or do you want pizza? Domino's has probably got some kind of crazy deal. I'm sure they got like some 50% off carry out. So we'll see. We'll give her an option, see what she wants. How many old friends do I still talk to? So regularly, like how many old friends do I still regularly talk to? Or that I would still consider like good friends as opposed to just like acquaintances, because I compartmentalize the shit out of people, because I know a lot of people are like, they'll have everybody they know and they're like, oh, these are all my friends, and I'm like, no, that's not. I mean, you can be friendly with them, but that's not necessarily how it works. So I'll be like, hey, I'll have like one hand, I'll be like, these are my friends. It's like, and then I have acquaintances and I have coworkers, and I can be friendly with all these people, but like they're not like, if I was broke down on the side of the road, or if I was like at risk of being homeless, then acquaintances and coworkers are not on the list of people I would call, if that makes sense. So that's why I like separate out friends from acquaintances. But to answer the question, like 3. Literally 3. Well, hello Facebook Messenger. And that would be mainly the people that I used to record with a lot. Brendan, my old roommate in college, which he's moved to Oklahoma now, so but we still talk every now and then. So Brendan, my old roommate from college that I would still talk to regularly. Josh is the one that I talk to the most. One of my best friends since high school. We still play games on Steam and stuff regularly, and still record some stuff over the internet every now and then. And James, who ended up being my roommate for a little bit after high school, and we hung out a lot when I was in college. Um, Most of my crazy drinking stories involved James. Is that guy in the video? A guy named Randy. Randy was actually one of my brother's friends that was over at the house when I made that video. And I have no idea what he's up to. I don't know if my brother even still talks to him. I'm sure he's doing good. He was a good kid, um, but yeah, James, that is who was involved in most of my crazy drinking stories. But he's married with 2 children now, so we still talk. We're still good friends, still on great terms. He's just busy. He's got life, you know. And that's about it as far as like good friends that I still talk to on the regular, hang out with. Everybody else I just mentioned, I still like friendly with them, but we don't talk regularly. We don't really hang out all that much anymore. Like if they messaged me and was like, "Hey, I'm having a party. Do you want to come over?" I'd go, absolutely. Hell, if any of them messaged me and was like, "Hey, X, Y, and Z is going on and I need some help. Do you think you could help?" Yeah, I'd help them. Sure, absolutely. But as far as like regularly talking or like hanging out with, yeah, not really. A lot of that stuff dropped off really hard after high school, which is how it goes for a lot of people, I imagine. Doesn't mean you don't like these people anymore. You just fall out of touch. There is one that I kind of ended up having like animosity with, and I don't even know what happened. I don't like because it ended up being. I mean, objectively speaking, he ended up having the issue. I still don't know what the problem was, but um, I've never had a problem with like just burning a bridge and being if somebody doesn't want to be friends anymore. They've decided they've got some kind of problem. They're Forza Horizon 6. But yeah, take it easy, man. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. Always good to talk to you. Always good to see you. Enjoy Forza Horizon 6. I haven't tried that one yet, but I need to. I played the shit out of the original Forza Horizon, and that one looked cool. So, but yeah, catch you later, man. But anyways, just to finish finish my thought for anybody that tunes in after the fact. Oh, hello. As the last geth falls, you hear music from across the room. On the monitor, Quarian stands before a hushed crowd, warbling a mournful a cappella of words and innocence lost. The recorded song is dispatched to the geth worlds behind the Perseus Veil. The transmitter shuts down. Okay, yes. But there's a couple of people back when I was like transitioning to doing gaming, like gaming content. Before I was like obviously my 2 much closer friends, James and Josh, especially Josh, since he's the one that I basically started because back in like 2012, this channel wasn't called Xsanity, it was called Outsanity, and me and Josh were like, I had some jank ass capture card that did not support HD. There were like, you had to get like AV audio visual, like AV splitters to plug into it, and it was like a mess of wires, horrible setup. I had to manually sync the audio in the video. I had a shitty microphone. It was a whole thing. Me and Josh decided we were going to do gameplay videos, and somewhere our really shitty 5 really shitty episodes of Left 4 Dead 2 that we did that probably got decent views for the time, actually, and we probably would have taken off and probably would have been doing better, except the audio was horrible, so obviously nobody was going to check back in. But me and Josh did that. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, this is. And an important message. Now I have to make a phone call. But I'll finish the story really quick. Yeah, okay, that gives me time. That gives me some time to plan. It'll be fine. Probably. Don't matter. But yeah, so it was me and Josh originally started, and it was called Xsanity, and the name was Josh's name. Josh's idea. Xsanity was Josh's idea too. And then I spelled it wrong like an idiot. I think it was always supposed to be EX, like X sanity. But anyways, yeah. So me and Josh originally tried to start it and like dip our toes into gaming because we could see that that's where YouTube was going, and obviously it looked like fun. Everybody wanted, probably still wants to be a YouTuber, right? Which kids today probably want to be more like TikTok stars or whatever. But what the hell? Use your brain, Jacob. Use your brain. But yeah. So for a little while, going into graduating high school, when I got, because I ended up with a new capture card, a better microphone, and was like really dipping my toes into properly doing this, right? Was around the time that the first videos on this channel, not White Noise. White Noise was actually still recorded with the original Jank S setup. But Mario Party 7 was the first one that I recorded with the capture card that is now defunct. I need to replace it, but I just haven't got around to doing it because I'm able to do most everything on the PC now. But one day. But as the first use of that capture card, I had a blue snowball microphone, and Mario Party 7 was recorded on my birthday because I got all that stuff for my birthday because, again, my parents are incredible. And I ended up taking that over to, there was a guy named Joseph. Guys named Joseph and Devin, and they were good friends, and I was friends with them more of like an acquaintance, right? Like looking back. And I did some recording with them. I remember we recorded Saw 2. And I wish I had, because we like rented it from the video store or something. And I wish I had stolen it from the video store because that game turned out to be hard to find and kind of expensive. I don't wish I had stolen it. Stealing is wrong. But, anyways, we did Saw 2 and we tried to do Limbo, I remember. We did a couple things, and all of those videos are defunct somewhere. But me and Joseph just ended up like, I don't know, sometime after we both started college, we just ended up splitting, growing apart, and he developed some kind of like animosity towards me. I don't know what caused it. I was kind of an asshole, I'll admit. I get it. I had a bit of a type A personality. I have a very strong personality. I know that. It doesn't come across here because I try to be more chill and fucking normal, but I know how I can be and I know how I've been in the past. Some of my like older videos, like that Oblivion video that we were talking about in the chat, some of that stuff, that's kind of how I was. I was a little bit obnoxious. I acknowledge that. But I have my whole life, again, acknowledged stuff like that, tried to learn, tried to grow as a person, but I don't know, and he's not the first person to do this, and I don't guess blame any of the people that have done this, but it's all happened like independently of me. So it's happened like during periods where we wouldn't talk for a little bit, and like I wouldn't even like interact with these people, and then when we got back together, they were just like they had this animosity, and yeah, Joseph was one that just had this like animosity towards me, and I remember because him and Devin still hung out super regularly, which was fine because they were good friends. Why would they not hang out super regularly? But I remember we got back together, and Joseph just had this extreme animosity towards me, and I was I tried to. There was a point where we got Kenneth that I mentioned invited us all out to a bar for his birthday, and Joseph was going to be there. And I was like, you know what? I'll go. Guy invited me. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to flake just because Joseph's going to be there. So I was like, I'll go. We'll go. And I tried to be civil, tried to extend the olive branch. And there was some stuff that happened that night that I'm not going to go into because it's ancient history at this point, a little bit personal. But it was definitely crossing a line, and it was uncool. And that's why I was like, all right, you know what? I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know how he's doing now. I don't really care. I hope he's good. But yeah, after that night, I was like, all right, you're not interested in burying whatever hatchet it is you have. So I guess I'm not either. Have a good life, man. And Devin had some animosity towards me too for the longest time. I think because he hung out with Joseph so regularly. And I remember me and Devin talked about it before. I'm sure the messages are still saved somewhere, and I could probably find it and remind myself of what the real issue was. But I remember Devin did hit me up. This has been years ago now, and basically like just like out of the blue, like apologized, and told me that, which I think him and Joseph are still friends. I hope, because they were good friends. But he apologized to me, and was like, blah 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 blah. And I do remember admitting, it's like, hey, I get it. I know that I had like kind of an obnoxious personality. I know that I am a more extroverted person. You guys were both very introverted people. And I had a bad habit of grabbing a bunch of introverts and throwing them in a room together and being like, all right, we're all going to do extroverted things. Which wasn't super cool of me. But yeah, Devin ended up messaging me and basically apologizing, and whatever hatchet was there, we buried it. And me and Devin, as far as I know, we're still on good terms. He's doing good. I know he's married. He's got a kid. And he's doing good, looking good. I'm happy for him. And I genuinely hope that Joseph is doing good too. Like I still don't know what the fuck the issue was, but I don't know. I hope he's doing all right. But yeah, so that's why, all of that to say what I was talking about earlier. That's why I have always compartmentalized people out for like friends, because I mean, even me and Josh, me and James, me and Brendan never really, but Brendan is such a chill guy. It is if somebody doesn't like Brendan, then something's wrong with that person. I'm telling you right now. He is so cool, so chill, so down to earth. Nicest person you'll ever meet. Would give you the shirt off his back 100%. Um, there aren't a whole lot of people that I would be like, that is a good person. Brendan is a good person. But yeah, me and Josh, me and James, we've had words, we've had it out before, but um, those are the three people that I like. These are my best friends. Um, and I'm leaving out Nate. I have a friend named Nate who we used to hang out constantly in elementary school. He's been my friend since fourth grade. Still one of my closest friends. We don't talk as much anymore, but um, I know, I believe I know that if I ever truly needed something, if he could help me out, he would. If he ever needed something, if I can help him out, I absolutely would. Um, and he's doing all right. We still talk from time to time. We just don't really hang out as much anymore because we're both busy. We have different lives. There's a distance thing now. Um, but yeah, Nate, Josh, James, Brendan, they were my groomsmen at my wedding. Just to give you an idea. And all four of them, really. I really should have been including Nate for the whole time. Those four people are the only people that I'd be like, these are my best friends. These are my friends. Period. And I've got coworkers that are chill that I'm friendly with, and then I've got, like I was talking about, Kenneth, Joseph earlier, Eric that I talked about, Devin, acquaintances. And I hope that doesn't hurt their feelings or anything, but that's just the way I do it, because I know that being like, oh, I have all of these friends, that's not realistic, and you're setting yourself up for failure if you think that. But anyways, all of that to say that I wanted to finish what I was talking about, but I need to make a phone call now, so that's not what I wanted. That is what I wanted. I just didn't have what I needed pulled up. Because I'm not good at this. Yes, there we go. So I will be right back after I make this phone call. And yeah, we'll do more Mass Effect. Why not? It's it's still going. I'll do a couple more of these missions before I call it quits. Give me a moment. Okay. Well, we're back, and I guess we'll... Oh, I leveled up a bit. That's good. Check that out. Guess we'll finish assault rifles. And, put some points into body armor, into basic armor. Why not? That sounds good. I guess we'll, yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's cool. That's real cool. Where am I right now? Yeah, Geth Base. I gotta explore this. Yep, sorry about that. Why is it not showing my thing now? My stream is still here. It's just not showing here. Select stream. Oh, there it goes. That was weird. That was weird. That was weird. All right. Yeah, sorry. Just had to make a phone call, had to work some stuff out. The fucking shit that I gotta pay for never ends, but that's okay. That's okay, because in the in-betweens I get to play Mass Effect, and that's fun. You discover a number of encrypted Geth data files in the proper hands that can reveal much about the evolution of the Geth since the banishment of the Quarians. Hey, this is the stuff that I have to give to Tally for her, pilgrimage. Sweet. I didn't actually fuck me. I didn't actually remember that that was here. Oh, and she got some cool armor. Hell yeah. I guess I'll re-equip everybody with all this neat stuff when I get back to the ship, including myself. And I'll do a couple more missions. Probably go for 3 hours and then call it. See how much more I can get done in there. I'm so glad that I fucking actually bothered to do any kind of thinking before I locked in the stream this time. I have to rewatch the 2-hour 37 mark to see how it looks compared to when I started. But yeah, with software encoding, I wasn't able to adjust the bit rate or anything like on the fly. With hardware encoding, apparently you can do that. Who knew? I probably should have known, but I didn't, because I'm stupid. Literally, I just pulled it up and I was like, oh, this button says start streaming. Off we go, and start streaming, and it turned out garbage. Who was I romancing? Ashley? Yeah, that's right. Romancing Ashley. I remember. I members. I'm romancing Ashley. Gotta romance Ashley to make the game interesting. See what Garrus wants.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Something bothering you?
It's Saren. I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him. He's always one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
We're getting close, Garrus. We'll find him.
I wish I had your confidence. I just can't stand the thought of him getting away with everything he's done. I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but if there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
I understand your concern, but we'll find him. Just make sure you're ready to go when we do.
Yes, sir. I'll be ready. Can I ask you something?
I need to text my wife what we need for goulash tonight. That was who I had to call. We were having goulash instead of pizza. I kind of wanted pizza because I didn't want to cook, but goulash is quite delicious. So, we'll be getting the goulash. Let's see. No, goodbye.
What is it?
Are you worried that the Council might be protecting Saren? I mean, they were really dragging their
I need
heels.
to just actually write
What
this
if we
down for
find him,
once.
Bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act.
I get the feeling this isn't a question. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give them a chance, Commander. In my opinion, Xan's too dangerous to be kept alive. Too much could happen. He could escape, or the Council might let him go. If we find him, when we find him, I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
Hang on, Garrus. I'm writing down goulash ingredients.
I'm glad you see it that way. I never had any intention of capturing that bastard. When I see him, he dies.
Good. The Council won't like it, but they can't stop you either. You see, this is why I want to be a Spectre. You never
Onions,
have to worry
carrots,
about
ground
bureaucratic
beef, I know
idiots making
that.
a mess of everything.
Let's see. Dice. Tomatoes. I bet beef broth. Beef. Broth. Elbow. Macaroni. Yes, that's all I need. I'll send that to her later. Send that to her. I got time. I'll send that to her when I'm done streaming. I got 20 minutes to get as many missions done as possible.
Just make sure you're ready when it happens.
Yes, sir.
And I ain't gonna get that many missions done. I'll tell you that right now. Ashley, I guess we're fucking, so I need to talk to you.
Surprised to see you here, sir. Thought you'd be chatting up, what's her name? Xsanity?
Just please shut the hell up.
Liara, why would you think that?
Scuttlebutt says you got a bit of a thing for her. I could understand why. The crew's off limits with the regs against fraternization. And at least she looks like a woman.
You think I'm interested in Liara because she's the only one I'm allowed to date?
So,
So
bud.
you are interested in her. Of course, it could be politics. Alien diplomat's daughter, us under orders
Oh,
to
big
be
stretchy,
nice with
handsome.
bug-eyed monsters. Anyway, interested in a quick drink? It's a special occasion.
What's the occasion?
It's Armistice Day, when the first contact war ended. My family always marks it. Since I'm the only Williams aboard, I thought I'd ask you.
Seems like an odd thing to celebrate. That was 26 years ago.
In our family, it's not really a celebration, more like an obligation. Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Xanshi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race.
Don't tell me you're blamed for that.
Not formally. Dad got passed for promotion over and over. And I think my record merits more than garrison duty on a backwater agri-colony.
What's
It's
up,
a
bud?
special kind of thick-headed to march into a job where your family's blacklisted. I did it anyway. I'm not gonna let our name go down with Arnold and Quisling. Granddad deserved better than that.
I don't know who the fuck those people are. Sorry.
What happened to your grandfather after the war?
He was relieved of command as soon as Xanshi was liberated. They brought him back to Earth in irons, but there was never a trial. They quietly demoted him and stuck him behind a desk. He retired a year later and spent the rest of his life working construction in the colonies. Sometimes we hear about attempts to get him exonerated in some official way. Nothing ever comes of them.
As I recall, your grandfather held out for a long time.
The Turians wrecked the orbitals in the first wave and occupied the major cities. They sat in orbit, dropping rocks on anything that moved. Granddad dispersed the troops, but when they went into the cities for supplies, the Turians would wreck a block to eliminate one fire team. Civilians were dying, his troops were starving, and he couldn't contact Alliance High Command. So he surrendered the garrison.
I should have figured this out myself. I don't know how I can help you, though.
Look at who I am, Shepard. Do you ever hear me ask for help? It's not that bad things don't happen to me. If you stay with me long enough, maybe I'll tell you about some of them. But I deal with them myself. I don't need a shoulder to cry on, a knight to rescue me, or a man to make me happy. This is who I am. I like her. And you better like her too. So, you still interested in me? Baggage and all?
You're a difficult woman. Hard to read, hard to keep in line.
Awfully smug, Shepard. What makes you think you can keep me in line? But hey, once we save the galaxy, maybe the Alliance will get its act together. Start acting like an actual government.
If not, we'll convince them. One way or the other, the Alliance is going to play a role in the Council.
I have a feeling things will come to a head soon. But don't worry, Shepard. I'll protect you.
We'll talk later, will we?
Well, this is going well.
Looking forward to it, Skipper.
I need to equip you nerds. Actually, I need to equip myself first. I know I said I was going to do missions, but I'll do this after the... Man, I guess I'll talk to Rex. Might as well talk to Rex.
So, we've got...
See what Rex wants. That's where he tells me that he
Won't be
knew
long
Saren.
now.
Sort of.
Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I
I
met
guess it's a
him.
good time to text the ingredients.
Why
to my
didn't you
wife.
tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
Oh, where do my frames go? Fuck. It's happening again.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
It's okay, we're back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Alright, we'll go talk to Tally. Tell her that I found some random bullshit on accident that I didn't even mean to. Free XP, free XP. Random bullshit that I didn't even mean to find. Here you go, Merry Christmas.
Shepard, I need to talk to you. It's important.
I'll be nice to her since I'm planning on fucking her 2 games from now. Well, 1 game from now.
Is something wrong?
You know the data you took from those Geth control nodes? The information you uploaded to Alliance Control? I want a copy of it.
You want to bring this data back to the migrant fleet.
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the Geth. It could be the key
No,
to
I don't
helping us
need this.
reclaim our homeworld.
If I give you this data, your pilgrimage is over. You'll go back to your own people.
Not right away. I'll stay with you as long as it takes to stop Saren. But my people need this.
It'll take years to decipher and analyze the data.
Maybe even decades, but it's worth the time. This information will give us new insight into how the Geth have changed and evolved over the past centuries.
Go ahead, make a copy.
My people, I owe you a great debt. One I can never repay.
Sure you can.
The only thing I can offer
We
in
just gotta wait a
return is
game
what
from
you
now and we'll
already
see what
have.
those hips do.
My solemn promise to stay with you until Saren and his Geth armies are defeated.
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
That's not true. That's not true at all. Tally's best girl. Alright, Any other... I'm not going to go bother talking to Leora. I don't care. I do not care. Romancing Ashley, so there's no point in talking to Leora, let's be honest. Everyone else was just because I could, or Tally because I had to give her the data. So what's next? We got time for a couple more missions. Got 10 minutes. It's plenty of time. UNC Dead Scientists. I might not have time for all this. Someone's been killing every Alliance scientist who was involved in a secret project years ago. The only project member still alive is located in the Newton system of the Kepler Verge. Oh yeah, I do have time for this. I know what this is. Go to the Newton system of the Kepler Verge cluster and find the one remaining scientist assigned to the secret project. Newton, Kepler Verge, you got it.
Message from Admiral Hackett,
Chief.
Commander. Patching it through.
Chief
We
Beefaroni.
just received your report. Looks like this Geth incursion was bigger than we thought. They were probably preparing for a major offensive in the system. We're increasing patrols in the Armstrong cluster to make sure they can't establish another foothold in the region. Nice job, Shepard. You saved a lot of human lives on this mission. Hack it out.
Let's go to the Newton system somewhere. I don't remember where though, I don't forgot. I think it was the Kepler Verge. Yep, sure was. To the Newton system. I guess 1.2% of frames dropped over the course of like 3 hours really isn't too bad. So, streaming does seem to remain somewhat viable. Which is good, because streaming is so much easier than editing, especially for like long games like this. I don't want to do like long plays. I really don't. Oblivion's different. Oblivion's like an evergreen joke, so that's fine. But for stuff like this, like if I had to like edit episodes of Mass Effect, that would be a nightmare. I don't want to do stuff like that, man. That's just not me. I could, but I don't want to, you know? This is the thing. It just doesn't sound like fun to me. But this, streaming it, that's a completely different story. That's doable. Anomaly, debris, and then the underground facility. So, yeah, we'll, that's probably be the last mission we do for this stream. I wasted, oh, there goes some frames. I wasted a lot of time in this stream. But, that is what it is. It's fine. We'll do more in the next stream, whenever that is. Man, there's only like a few minutes left of the stream. I'm just gonna hope that the frames, that the bit rate comes back. I'm just gonna keep rolling. I don't care. I don't care. We made it this far. Whatever bad's happening is just bad's happening. Don't matter. I've got everything. I've literally got everything as optimized as I could possibly have it. So this is really just something that's like completely out of my control at this point. No, you don't gotta go over there. Don't worry about it. Turian Corpse. So this is gonna be Turian Insignia then. Turian Insignia. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow, it's really not one to come back. It's dropping frames like crazy now. That's wild. Wonder what happened. What just happened? All right. Well, maybe I can fiddle with it a bit. Okay, I wasn't gonna touch it. I was just gonna wait for it to come back, but maybe we can fiddle with it a bit. So I'll do this, and we'll set this to. See if that helps. Does not appear to have helped. So this might. Oh, there it goes. We're back. We're back. So that did. That looks like it helped. So that's good. I don't know what the stream looks like, but at least we're back. At least we're back flowing like normal. Which is what matters, because this is the last mission we're doing for the stream anyway, so. Let's get it finished. Get it finished out, try and finish out strong. And call it a day. Yeah, I think I see a way that I can get over there from this way. We got this, and then we got... That's my objective. Those are probably... Whoops. It's probably turrets. It's probably what those red triangles are. Cool. Let's go renegade this one and probably fuck it all up. It's not turrets, it's mercenaries. How unfortunate for them. Die horribly in the cold vacuum of space. Where's this last dude? Such fucking... That's like a war crime. It's gotta be. It's gotta be a galactic war crime. Is it a war crime if you're not at war? No, that is just a crime. Alright. I can hear bottles rattling because I'm still in the midst of the fucking... making a video where I review a bunch of colas, and I've been drinking it since I don't want to drink. Right now on my desk I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 empty bottles on my desk. And there were 3 that aren't here. So that's 18. And then I got this fucking can of energy drink that's technically... that I'm adding to it. So that's 19. And there's 1 left, which is 20. And then there's a little bonus thing that I'm doing for 6 more. So that's 26. I didn't want to drink 26 sodas in one sitting. So I've just been doing like 1 a day. Maybe 2 a day. I do a big, I put a picture on the screen of all the bottles lined out, minus the 3 that I reduced that Tommy Jelly, let me see what it was, because I wasn't paying attention, minus the 3 that I already threw away like a jackass. But, yes, I'm hanging on to them until I can do that, and now they're just on my desk, and every time something gets nudged, or my fucking external hard drive spins up, it rattles the bottles, so that's fun. Oh man, these mercenaries are kind of rough. What the hell? Yes, there was just a couple that were a little tougher for some reason. Locked crazy decryption sounds good. Just what I'm looking for. Sweet. Alright, mercenaries taken care of, so let's go see what's behind door number fun. After I open this, I guess. Rapscallion. There we go. Oh, there's one here? Damn. Alright, sweet. Oh, this guy's dead too. That's a bummer. Oh well. So I know my objective can't even go this way, so we'll just go straight to objective. Sounds like fun.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you. All I want is this bastard.
Please! He's a madman! Mr. Toombs, you're insane! You need help!
It's Corporal! Corporal Toombs! You don't get to lie! Not today! Today it all comes out!
Lower your weapon and step away from the doctor slowly, or I will fire.
You fire, and there's a good chance my gun goes off. You'll be wiping your scientist friend off the walls.
Toombs is clearly crazy! Please, officer, help me!
You think I'm afraid to die? All that matters to me is killing the man who ruined my life!
Man, let's find out what happened before I decide who to shoot.
What did the doctor do to you, Corporal?
We were on a cruise. When the Thresher Maws hit, my entire unit was wiped out. The Thresher Maws, the scientists were studying them. They let them hit our unit just to watch. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
You're killing them because they killed your unit.
You can't believe Toombs! He doesn't have any proof! I demand a fair trial!
Ever had Thresher Maw acid in your veins? I have. They wanted to see what it would do. They're part of some organization, Cerberus, that runs secret tests like this. They treated me like a lab animal. This is justice. This man deserves to die. So, are you going to kill me or not?
Corporal, if you kill him, you're a criminal. But I'm a Spectre. Nobody will question me.
You can't kill me. You don't know who you're dealing with.
He killed my whole unit. I have to take him down myself. It's the last thing I have to do.
No. The last thing you have to do is keep going to show these bastards who won.
It's really over? Maybe the screaming will stop now. I don't know.
Fuck it, let's go full renegade, dog.
All you can do is keep going. Joker, tell the 5th Fleet we need a ship for pickup.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Tomb stares at the scientist's corpse, his hands balled into fists. Slowly, with visible effort, he opens his hands and exhales. You catch his eye and gesture towards the door. He won't be left behind again. Alright, sweet. Back to the, whoops. Back to the ship. Open the map, see if...
Message coming in. Patching it through.
See what Hackett has to say.
I reviewed your report on the situation, Commander. It's unfortunate Dr. Wayne ended up dead, but based on your report, your actions were understandable. Corporal Toombs seems to have found some closure. Hopefully with therapy, he'll have a normal life again someday. Thank you again for your assistance, Commander. 5th Fleet out.
Yep, no problem. You know what I do? That's what I do. I kill. I just love killing. All right. Well, that's. Let me go ahead and save before I forget. New save. Why not? It doesn't actually matter. All right, well, that has been more Mass Effect. Next week will probably be Sly 2 again. I'm gonna alternate for a bit. I only got 2 more Sly 2 streams to do, actually. So next week will be Sly 2, then it'll be Mass Effect, then it'll be Sly 2, and I'll be done with Sly 2. And hopefully, after that, will be the last Mass Effect stream. So then I'll be free to start something else, and I haven't decided what that's going to be yet, but I've got some ideas. I was originally going to do Crash Bandicoot 4, but I don't think I'm going to do Crash Bandicoot 4 now, because I got plans for Crash Bandicoot. This September will be the 30th anniversary of Crash Bandicoot. So, first Crash Bandicoot game released in 1996, in September of 1996. So this September will be the 30th anniversary of Crash Bandicoot. So, I got plans. I got plans for September. Expect a lot of streams. Hopefully they don't suck, but I got plans for September. Yeah, so we'll save Crash 4 for September. So I got some ideas of what I might do next, but I haven't really decided yet. I mean, sky's the fucking limit. But yeah, so that's it. It's the end of this one. Thanks everybody for watching. Both everybody that tuned in, both during the stream and after the fact. If you like this, please click like to let me know that you did. Subscribe today if you aren't already. If you are already subscribed, make sure you ring the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. And I'll see each and every one of you in whatever video or stream